Let's get to some of the top stories of the day. Up first, Marriott saying business travel is back despite continued corporate layoffs. The company's CEO, Anthony Capuano, sitting down with Brian Sozzi earlier today. Here's what he had to say about the growth that we're seeing in business travel.
So group was probably the most pleasant surprise in the quarter's performance.
Pleasant surprise.
Group business was up 10%. And there was some question, well, is that starting to wane? If you look at what we have on the books for 2023, we're actually pacing about 20% up.
Is it conventions?
It's small meetings, it's conventions, even companies that have ratcheted back their more traditional transient business travel, they still feel the need to get their teams together. And so you're seeing a lot of corporate meetings.
Seeing a lot of corporate meetings. Dave, one of the themes that we've been hearing throughout this earnings season is the fact that companies are cutting costs, are doing it through layoffs, they're doing it through other initiatives. Despite all that, though, they're still sending the employees they have on the road again.
It has been the most stunning revelation from any earnings call for me throughout this entire session, because Tony on the earnings call said he's seeing business travel return to 90% of pre-pandemic levels, which most experts who study this sector thought we'd never see again, ever, that maybe at best we'd get back to 60 or 70% of pre-pandemic business travel. So that is a stunning revelation, just to reiterate that. And we've seen it across basically all companies in that travel sector. We've seen it across the cruise stocks. We saw it with Airbnb up 14%. We've seen Carnival's up 50% this year. So look, it is across the board. We also talked to the Okta CEO earlier today, and they said easily the biggest increase, the most popular downloaded apps they're seeing are in travel. With this quote from their paper, neither flight delays, high gas prices, hospitality worker shortages can keep us from going everywhere. And they also said the United States in particular, and they started this globally, is the biggest area of growth in the travel sector. It's just an appetite that cannot be quenched right now, or thirst, rather.
It's certainly stunning, these numbers. It is amazing. It's totally different than I think a lot of people had expected to see. When you go back a year ago, I think a lot of people thought that this recovery was going to be much slower. They didn't think we were going to be getting to that 90% level that we're hearing from Marriott. Another thing that stuck out to me, though, in this call yesterday was from CFO, some of the comments there from Leeny Oberg saying that the travel there is rebounding in terms of corporate travel faster among small businesses than what they're seeing from larger businesses. So smaller businesses are sending their employees on the road a little bit quicker, a little bit more than what we're seeing from larger businesses. So just an interesting tidbit that I wanted to point out here. And then just in terms of the demand that we're seeing, despite these cost-cutting efforts, they're saying that that demand here for corporate travel is carrying into this year. So.
And you look at the center of all this is probably Las Vegas. That's where most of the work conventions still are today. And you've seen Vegas report 120% increase of flight traffic from pre-pandemic levels. Another stunning stat. I will mention, though, Evercore did cut from outperform to hold the Marriott stock. So that was one who said most of this is actually priced in.